Hey everyone, welcome back. Person here. So we've got another Osamodas video for you today. This time we're going to be looking at the intelligence variants. So we've got together a bit of a new build set actually. So it's utilizing some of the new items from the Osa dimension area. So this amulet here giving 2 AP by taking away 1 MP. We've got this new 100 int ring. We're using a mix of war and age old. We've got this new int cloak here. So the set bonus between these two items we got here 60 and 150 vit, 10 heals. Quite nice there. And then we are also going to try out this new weapon. So Ankama have decided to remove the requirement that they put that's saying you could only use either the weapon or the shield. Now you can use this weapon with shields again. And it's got a bit of a nice 2-piece set bonus there, 200 vit, 40 power. So, and I mean, the thing about this item here is it does damage. It's 76 to 90 base element damage, plus a 20 crit bonus if you can crit on it as well. And the stats on it are insane. 20 damages across the board. Melee resistance as well. You'll see in the set here, we've actually got 12% melee resistance. Really, really strong. And 5% distance resistance as well. So in the set, we're at 1.4k int. We got 260 power. Really, really strong high damages there. And my dog is just barking, so we're going to have to wait for him. And we've also got 65 critical damages as well. So really, really strong. And let's put it to the test. So we'll go up against the pooches here. So the way I like to play the Osamodas build is with the Wormlings. There is an additional summon the Phoenix, which is a variant of the Wormling, but to be honest with you, I don't like it as much. I'll give a quick overview in a minute in terms of what that looks like, but for me, this is the better choice. So we'll just buff up our summons here in terms of power. And we will turn the Gob into the... We're actually going to go for the lower summon here. This, so it's called the Dragoon. You can cast its first spell onto an enemy and you will reduce its power. And if you cast it on an ally, so if we cast it, say here on the Wormling, we are going to buff that Wormling's power by 100. And this stacks twice, so you can do a 200 power buff. The other spell they've got is all around switching position, so it does damage and swaps position with the target, so that can be used on both allies and enemies. Alright, so we'll get another Dragoon down here. We'll put the powerful shots onto the Wormling, and we're going to show off our first Osamodas spell. So Wild Heart here, this does additional damage based on the number of summons that you have out. So it can stack up to 4 times, and for each summon out, you increase the base damage by plus 10. So it's got an AoE cross, which is really, really nice. As you can see here, we can potentially do up to 1600 damage here. So they're on a crit, 1588, really, really strong. So you can see here, if we wanted to, we can buff up the Osamodas in terms of its power. So we're a 200 power buff there. We can, say, swap with one of our summons, get a hit off. And then we've got the Wormling summon. So this can buff its power as well. So if it's already had its power increased by the other summons, it goes up even more. And it's got a target with AoE damage, which pushes back the Wormling as well. So if we just look at the Wormling here, it's actually boosted its power now by 500, which is insane. In terms of the other spells, we've got Precipice Peaks, inflicts fire damage on enemies or heals allies. So you can sort of see the damage that this puts out here. End of turn, poison on the target's attackers. So if someone attacks that target, then they will be getting a poison effect. We've also got this spell here. So this is, it's only available linear, and this is just going to reduce the power of the target. And there's draconic breath, which is it's like a pushback effect plus moves you back as well. So we'll just keep buffing up ourselves with this, and we'll skip on the rest. And then what I would like to show you also is some of the other spells. Well, the last spell really, Song of the Phoenix, heals the caster and their summons and inflicts fire damage on enemies and repels them from the center of effect. So if we cast it here, it's going to push the targets, well, push the Wormling there diagonally. Now, I did promise to show you the weapon, and you can see here on a crit here, we're doing up to 2.8k damage. So 2.2k on a non-crit for 7 AP. Really, really nice. It could be the new sort of Hamature. It could be used in a lot of the different elements. We'll just have a look at it again, and that is best element damage. So they can be used across any element, any build. I don't think it'll be going through to the live servers like this, but you never know. Ankama can always surprise us. So just again, okay, 2.2k damage that time, and it has a pushback effect, which can always be quite useful. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you the Phoenix summon of the Osamodas. So we'll just do that quite quickly. So here we go, we've got it out now. So this one, it's got two spells. It can either it heals the Phoenix and inflicts fire damage. So if you hit the target with this, you're going to be doing damage to the target and also healing at the same time. And that's a straight heal, so that's not a lifesteal effect. That is just straight heals. And then the other spell, so if we just get another summon out just to show the full effect of it. So this is a spell called Rebirth, and what this does is this does damage in AoE, but also within the AoE, it boosts by 10% the vitality of all the allies. So you see there, the Phoenix itself gains 100 vit. The Osa, so myself, I gained 500 vit there, and the other summon gave 10% of its vit as well. So quite an interesting effect. And what it does also actually is you'll see next turn. So once you've cast it, an orange glyph appears where you cast it, and then on the next turn of that Phoenix, it's going to teleport to that glyph there. So if we'll just try to see, okay, so what happens if the Dragoon is there? It doesn't work. So there's just it's not like you're going to be doing any sort of Zello gameplays with this one. It is just a swap if it's possible. If it's not, it doesn't create a telefrag or anything like that. So that's it for Osamodas. I'll do another one again soon, looking at the agility build, and we'll go from there.